This is Thomas, the Angry Drunken Theist, and this is my first video on YouTube. As a brief introduction, I was a Southern Baptist for my childhood and teenage years. I was an atheist for a really long time, and then a few years ago I waffled about and ended up in Orthodox Christianity and kind of a mystic Neoplatonic philosophical theism. So, although I really haven't been around on YouTube, I am a member of Veritas 48's Google Hangout group, so you may have seen me there. This video is actually for one of those other goons, Honest Discussioner, so I hope you enjoy it. Topic's going to be free will. And I'd like to start out by giving a very rough definition. Free will is the ability to select between two or more goals that are each individually sufficient to be acted upon in a particular scenario. So what this would mean from an internal point of view would be that if more than one internal chain of reasoning presents as a possible solution to a given dilemma, then the resolution is ultimately enacted not by some overarching desire, but by the agent. The agent, in my version of free will, is where the buck stops. So I think an example would be good here. Suppose I want a beer. And suppose I have two choices. One of them is Hoegaarden. Hoegaarden is a nice, tasty, crisp wheat beer with a little bit of added spices. It's wonderful. Other choice, nice carbonated bottle of soap. Stone IPA. Delicious. Both of these I love. Both of these are completely different in the world of beer. And both of these, on the other hand, are able to satisfy my desire. I don't desire a particular one. All I desire is a beer, and that's it. So the agent, me, will make that choice. Stone, Hoegaarden, both work. I'll choose Stone. So that's a basic presentation without really getting into the deep philosophical lingo. And I think some clarification is necessary before I conclude. Materially, we're going to have the presence of the situation, the presence of the choice of beers. Here's the material, here's the material. As per the agent, we have brain states, arrangements of neurons, whatever composes our memory in our brains, that keeps our sensation of enjoyment, of memory of the taste of these beers, that has the ability to give us the sensation of thirst, the sensation of desiring a nice cool beer on a Friday night. So we have a material basis, but we also have an intimate mental connection. And I don't mean in some kind of disconnected Descartes sense here. I'm talking, I think the philosophical term would be hylemorphic dualism. And basically the way to think of that is just connect the material and the mental, the metaphysical and epistemological, a lot closer than the Cartesians do. And I know that would require a little more explaining. A couple of more challenges than I can foresee to this video would be how desires are able to influence our decisions without exactly causing our decisions. I think that's a good question. I could get into that later. Another thing I can think of is why there's a non-material mental state in the first place. Why isn't it just material and therefore everything is just determinism? That's something I can get into. A lot of other things I can think of. But I will wait and see what your critiques will be. And I've enjoyed making this video. Thank you very much.